Hey everybody, this is London Bridge Bricks. In this video, I'll be reviewing issue number 62 of the official LEGO Star Wars magazine. That includes an awesome comic and not one, but two foil packs. Well, this is pretty exciting. It feels like ages since I actually covered a Star Wars magazine. So anyway, what do we got here? This is issue number 62. It's £5.99 here in the UK. As always, it's brought to us by Immediate Media. And there's two things that drew me to this particular magazine. And it's pretty obvious, really. One, the Stormtrooper. You can never have too many Stormtroopers, let's face it. And secondly, is this other build as well, which is kind of cool. The Star Destroyer. Now, a Star Destroyer, in my eyes anyway, folks, is nothing more than a giant wedge in space. And the clever folk at LEGO, they've built this particular mini Star Destroyer build out of LEGO wedges. So that's quite ironic, really. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. And like all these things, folks, I mean, let's face it, Stormtroopers are fantastic to have. You can always, you know, mass them up and create an army or squadron or something like that, or platoon. And even if you didn't like the kind of secondary builds that these things come with, you know what? You always got yourself some decent elements as well. So along the top, it says 2 epic LEGO packs, Stormtrooper plus more. Plus more. Interesting. Well, that kind of insinuates to me that maybe different regions or different shops actually got themselves something different other than the Star Destroyer. So if you bought this magazine and you got something different, let me know what you got as well. I'd be interested to know. Maybe it's a regional thing, maybe it's a shop thing. Who knows? But anyway, let's flip these up and see what's underneath them, because you can't see anything else otherwise. Boom, both of them up. What have we got under here? Jedi Battle, why Luke and Leia face a huge challenge. We've got ourselves a galactic posters there. That's, I'm liking that one. That's a really nice one there of Darth Vader. I've got to say, he's looking very good. I love the Sith ones. Dynamic duo there of Han Solo and Chewbacca, of course. Over here, we've got ourselves the sick new set. Interesting. Cis Tie Fighter. Well, I've got to say, it is a good set, but it's definitely not a brand new set. It's been out for a little while now, actually. We've got action-packed comic. I've got you now. That's a good line. It looks like Leia there in some old-style Y-wing up against this GIF, actually. That's quite cool. And it's the battle on Tatooine. Ooh, that's handy, because there's a great big giant Mos Eisley coming out soon, folks, on the 16th of September. And of course, that is set in Tatooine. Anyone would think that LEGO planned this? But anyway, let's take a look on the inside, shall we? So straight away, we've got ourselves a little bit of a story on the go there. We've got ourselves Poe Dameron as well. Interesting. So this was his latest iteration of his X-Wing. And I don't know, do you know what? It's one of the only ones I've not actually bought, because for every movie, there just seemed to be another iteration of an X-Wing, of course. And this one came from the Rise of Skywalker, which I thought was you know, the film was absolutely fine. But I don't know, I'm just not sure about these colours. Here in the UK, well, actually all over the world, there's a jet airline called EasyJet. And I tell you what, if EasyJet made X-Wings, I think they'd all look like this one, personally. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, especially if you've actually flown with them as well. And down here, we've got more of these Cis Tie Fighters as well. And look, there's another Cis Tie Fighter there. So they're really pushing out this Cis Tie Fighter set. And I've got to say, folks, it is a good set, because I've actually built this particular one. And I've got to say, it was really good. But anyway, we'll take a look at that in a moment, because it looks like this is the main LEGO set of this particular magazine. Page 3, as always, we have the index as well. We've got the comic kicking off on page 4. Fantastic, love it. Posters are normally around the middle. There we go, 17, got the poster. And we've got loads of puzzles after that. And we've got ourselves another one as well. Another comic, page 29, the new trooper. What sort of trooper that will be? Doesn't have to be a stormtrooper after all, does it? Up here, we've got a window there from the Battle of Tatooine. Interesting. Leia's looking like she's wearing some sort of bounty hunter outfit. Could it be Boosh? Never know. And Luke Skywalker, well, he looks like he's wearing Lando Calrissian's outfit from the Return of the Jedi. Jabba's palace. Oh, what a set that is as well. But anyway, down here, we've got a cool toy, cool minifigure, Stormtrooper. And it's the new one as well, which is great. It's got the bigger head there, and you see the tail by the chin. And then down here, Stormtrooper and comic about toy. Extra toy, find out the instructions for your toy by going to legosteps.com. Okay. Interesting. So you don't get a instruction manual in this particular one. So definitely, yeah, they must have done some different alternative builds for, like I say, different regions, maybe different shops. Who knows? But anyway, Page 4, and we kick off with the comic. I mean, it looks like we're in some secret rebel base here. And we've got a bit of a mixture of things going on here. We've got the general here. We've got Leia as well, wearing her Hoth outfit. And you've got Luke wearing what looks like he's returning the Jedi outfit there. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? I'm liking that. We've got General Medine as well. He's always good. I remember I had him actually as a toy, as an actual Star Wars figure when I was a kid. I don't know why I particularly remember him too much. I don't even think he had much to do with the films. But anyway, they look like they've got he's going to be given a challenge to Luke and Leia to go find some ship. So anyway, across the galaxy, and it looks like they've landed on Tatooine. And yet, just like I said, but on page 5 here, we've got Leia in her Boucher outfit. And I've got to say, she's fantastic. It's a really good minifigure. And God, if memory serves me correctly, I think it only actually came with one set. It was something like, I'm pretty sure it was Jabba's Palace. I'm pretty sure it was that one. If I'm wrong, then please do let me know in the comments below. But I always remember, I've actually got this figure because I've got Jabba's Palace, or at least I've got most of it. I've got it in pieces. It needs kind of a bit of a resurrection job done on it. Maybe I'll do that as a video or something like that, you know, restoring Jabba's Palace, restoring a palace. It all sounds very grand, doesn't it? But anyway, I've got this particular figure, and the only thing missing from it, I think, is a thermal detonator. But anyway, we'll come back to that a little bit later. So they're after this particular ship, and lo and behold, they found it already then. So that's pretty good going. And what are they doing? A short time later, they walk into a cantina. Oh, we love a cantina, don't we? Especially with the giant Mos Eisley one that's coming out soon as well. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think about that as well, because there's all sorts of news stories and new images breaking of that. As I'm actually showing, as I'm actually videoing this particular magazine. So anyway, so page 6, and we're kicking off here, and not too much going on there. Some dudes, probably some pirate or bounty hunter, maybe, I'm not quite sure. Maybe he's just a dude on Tatooine, thinks he recognises Luke. Luke then uses one of his mind tricks, and kind of these aren't the droids you're looking for kind of mind trick. Anyway, page 7, and the action's kicking off, and it looks like this particular guy here, he's going to be holding some sort of auction, a bit like eBay, I suppose, but a kind of a alien Tatooine version of it here. And look at all the different aliens that we've got going on here. We've got over here, we've got a Bith, there we've got a Rodian. This guy here, what is he? He's a Doug, I think they're called. You can always tell them because they kind of use their arms like legs, really. He's got very strong arms, I suppose. And this particular guy, I think he's a Duro. But let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, I don't know. But anyway, they look they're kind of cool aliens. If there's anything you'll always find in a cantina, there's always a bunch of interesting aliens. So yeah, it looks like they're all bidding for that particular ship that was kind of stolen by the pirates. So anyway, Leia goes in there, 10,000, and it looks like she's about to get it. And then just like eBay, at the last second, someone comes in with a much bigger bid and wins it instead. So anyway, it looks like it's going to be plan B for Leia then, which is a bit of a bummer, but hey ho, the comic would have ended there if she'd got it there already. So that'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it really? So anyway, so the tension builds, and then straight away, as always, boom, we're into a puzzle. And what particular style of puzzle is this? Oh, it's quite a straightforward one actually. It's a pretty cool set. I've actually got this, but I haven't built it yet. We've got ourselves a Bantha. And if there's one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with this new Mos Eisley set, folks, that's coming out, this giant Mos Eisley thing, doesn't come with a Bantha. But you know what? I might actually build this ahead of that, just so that I can say I've got a Bantha kind of waiting outside for it or something like that. But anyway, back to the puzzle. It's nothing too interesting. It's just to kind of spot the difference. And then you've got this kind of other one here, shoehorned in as well, shoehorned in. They do that. If you get through a puzzle where you think you've done it, and then straight at the end there'll be like a little tiny piece telling you that there's another one. It says, do you know what planet we are on here? Well, it's Tatooine, isn't it? And there you go. That's Tatooine there. And you just put Tatooine in there. That'd be silly, wouldn't it? Anyway, let me spot the difference. Look, spotted one there. Look, there we are there. Boom. Doesn't exist in there. Anyway, I think the answer's on page 34. There you go. Answer's on page 34. It's only page 34. Anyway, there we have it. So where are we at now? So back to the comic. Fantastic. And R2's going to let sparks fly because the guy who's actually purchased it walks up onto the ship and boom, they're busted. So anyway, R2 as always, saves the day. And then all these kind of, I don't know, are they bad guys? Are they villains? Are they less desirable people to be around? But anyway, I'm kind of thinking this is Greedo. I don't think his name's ever said it, but I'm pretty sure that is Greedo. In fact, he even looks like Greedo from the various Mos Eisley sets that have come out in the past, albeit not the original one, because the original one had printing down the arms. So anyway, what's got to go on here? So anyway, there's a great big chase for some reason or other. They're not stuck in the ship because R2's got to release the manual overrides and all that jazz. Anyway, so they decide to go for a run. So anyway, so they're legging it. Page 12. Here we are. Looks like they're running up some sort of platform here, and it actually looks like they're going to be running into a dead end. Because look, you're up here, you've got one of the most feared bounty hunters in all the galaxy. There, Dengar. That's pretty useless places. So don't run up here. I think I'd rather have a one-on-one with Boba Fett or something like that. So anyway, Leia, as always with these guys, she takes the initiative, and so anyway, kind of throws herself off and slides down into safety, into the Starfighter, like all good plans. So that's pretty cool. I'm liking the design of the ship as well. Yeah, it's good. I don't know, it's in me. Does this ship seem like the wrong era for these two guys to be flying in? This seems like an old one from back in the sort of Clone War days or something like that. But anyway, Leia and Luke slide into their starship, and then it looks like they're going to have a bit of a to-do with this skiff just here, which is pretty smart. I'm liking that. Oh, and they come back for more as well. Look at this, what a great picture this is, folks. I'm loving it. I do, you know, the more I do read these, the more I am getting into the artwork. We've got, look, I mean, just look, this whole page, both of these pages just absolutely pop, don't they? Doesn't it look fantastic? You've got this skiff here, which I think looks absolutely amazing. I've got, you know what, I've got a couple of skiffs I need to build actually. Again, it's going to be more of this Tatooine thing that I've got, because I love Tatooine, I really do. It's one of my favourite planets, that and Hoth. And with this giant Mos Eisley set that's coming out, I'm definitely going to be building kind of peripheral pieces and sets to it as well, because I bought some of these skiffs without actually even buying the figures. I just wanted to get them by themselves on eBay and stuff like that. But anyway, I suppose tune in on the channel in due course for all that fun as well. So anyway, so we've got this Starfighter here, which looks, like I say, it looks completely outdated here. So it's probably a fair fight between that and the skiff. But anyway, the Starfighter beats the skiff, because I know I'd rather be in that anyway. And then all of a sudden, boom, R2's weaved his magic, technically as always, and boom, on page 15, they get away there in what is the Jedi Defender class cruiser. Now, I actually looked up this set, because I thought, God, this set looks really good, actually. And this is a real proper Lego set. I never even knew such thing as a Jedi Defender class cruiser existed, but this come from an old set from way back in the day. It's set number 75025. And honestly, it looks pretty good actually. I'm almost half interested in maybe buying it as well, because I love it, all these burgundy pieces. But anyway, look, what a great shot it is, folks. You've got all these guys down here firing on and stuff like that, and woof, it's all getting away. It's a really nice piece of comic art, it really is. So anyway, what we've got going on here, so he's the dude that bought it, so he's hopping mad by the looks of it, and you've got this guy here who's coming up and said, sorry dude, you still haven't paid for it yet. So anyway, page 16, and it's looking like the end of the comic, and everyone kind of lives happily ever after. Anyway, so they wanted to get over the package that was actually particularly in that cruiser, and it looks like it was a whole mixture of things there for Maddin as well, which is quite good. And it looks like he was after a wig as well. I suppose if you're a general, a wigs are maybe important. I don't know. I'm not a general, and I don't wear a wig, so I don't know. But anyway, useful for keeping your hair warm. I don't really know what else they're good for as well. But anyway, so that's the comic over and done with. Well, the main one actually, because there's actually another one coming up later on in this magazine as well. But anyway, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So we're up to page 17, and as always, we got ourselves the beginning of the posters. Oh, I'm liking that. Now this one you always see the whole of. And I've got to say, it looks really good, doesn't it, Vader? Doesn't he look cool? I'm loving the outfit. It looks more grimacing than normal, actually. But I'm liking all the red sparks. Doesn't it look good? It'd be good, actually, if someone did have the power, the electrical power, like Palpatine did, and Count Dooku, but instead of there being normal electrical bolts, there were red bolts. That would look quite good, wouldn't it? Anyway, what else we've got here? I've got the rest of it here as well. I tell you what I do like about this particular Han Solo figure is that I never knew this until recently. He's actually got a little tiny scar on his chin, just like Harrison Ford did in the original films. That's pretty cool. That is a really nice level of detail. I'm liking Chewie's crossbow there as well. I think that looks pretty good. Those black bricks down, they look quite nice as well. It's a nice bit of greebling going around there as well. A bit like what you get with these modern Star Wars boxes, like the Razor Crest where you get the white greebling going across there. That's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, nice poster. That's going to go up, definitely. So, where are we up to then? Page 21. Wow, we're absolutely flying through this one, aren't we? So what have we got here? This one's a little bit crafty. This one's just colouring in, this is kind of on what planet are they on here? Well, it doesn't say actually. But anyway, it's got Ewoks on it, so that's going to be Endor, if ever there was one. It says here that the Ewoks have left some equipment lying around. Find all the items and circle them. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So anyway, Luke looks a little bit out of place here, I think. I kind of like him plain white though. It's really weird. It's almost like it's ever since I did the Joker one a couple of weeks ago with the most recent Batman magazine. I kind of thought, wouldn't it be quite good, a bit like the Boba Fett, where they just give you a minifigure, May the 4th or something like that, and it's kind of like a plain white. I always think like a plain white Vader would look quite good. But anyway, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But yeah, there we go. It's a green lightsaber, so he's kind of in the right environment for that, isn't he? Looking pretty good. Page 22, and we get ourselves a bit of a maths puzzle there. And then page 23 over here, and now Luke's actually prepared. He's got to puzzle his way out and find the destination as to where he's got to go to. And also as well, you've got to count up these TIE fighters as well. These TIE fighters look pretty good. They look like the ones that came from the Solo movies. That was a good set, that was. I think they came with a mud trooper as well. Yeah, I think they did actually, a Stormtrooper, a Mud Trooper. I think it was the only one, again, I think that might be an exclusive to that set as well. That was quite good. Again, there's another set that I've got to build. I'll get round. I've got such a backlog, honestly, folks, it's unbelievable. It really is. And over here, we've got ourselves, well, this is a double page spread of a puzzle. And we've got ourselves 4 Stormtroopers, and yeah, they've just got to find their way around it. And I think once they've found their way around it, they get another one to cover as well. So anyway, so that's page 24, 25, and then what have we got here? Page 26 and 27, we've got the Force of the Dark Side. Yeah, liking it. Yeah, nice big spread here. What have we got here? It says 470 Lego pieces. And it gives you all the measurements of it. Thanks to the docking tower, you can simulate takeoffs and landing perfectly. Yeah, if you don't have that, it's one of those sets because it's so triangular. It's like a Dorito TIE Fighter, folks. It really is. That's what we call it. It's kind of cool. They've got all sorts of resistance stuff going on here. Actually, there's loads of good sets. Do you know what? This particular A-wing, really good set. Really enjoyed building that. It's an excellent set. You can still buy that today. In fact, you can buy all these 3 of them today. They're just not brand new. They all came out when Rise of Skywalker, the movie, came out. So what did I like about this set? I tell you what I really liked about this set. It's quite a different shape. It's quite peculiar, actually. It's very triangular. Secondly, though, it's really well constructed. And I really like the fact that these sections here are really well built. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. It's quite blocky underneath this particular section, but it's super solid. It really is. And I liked, it's a cool set. But there's a few things with this set that actually makes it particularly cool. One, you get 3 good minifigures with it as well. We've got this First Order TIE Fighter, which is a bit odd really, because you know what? It's a great figure. It's a really good looking figure, but it's in completely the wrong craft, because this is a Last Order craft. Well, I know they called it the Sith TIE Fighter, but really it's kind of like the Final Order. It was, I don't know, yeah, so it should be a Final Order type pilot, maybe something with a bit of red going down his mask or something like that, a bit like what they did with their newer take on the AT-AT driver, where he had like a grey line going down what was a white mask. We've got a really nice version of Finn there as well. I really do like this particular version of Finn. I think he's one of my favourite ones. I think he came with the Millennium Falcon as well. But of course the coolest set, or the coolest minifigure I should say, that you got in this set is this Knight of Ren. And I'm kind of collecting the Knights of Ren. I don't know if I might just, I don't know, for a couple of sets, I might skip the sets and just buy the figures by themselves. But this particular one, he's the one that comes with like the giant sword. It's almost like a giant meat cleaver sword. Maybe he was a butcher in his previous life or something like that. But this particular one is Trudgeon. And yeah, so all in, do you know what? I actually bought this set as well. I didn't pay full whack for it. I think I got something like 20% off it on probably an Amazon sale or something like that. But it is a really good set, and I definitely would recommend it. And I definitely recommend you watch the speed build I did of it as well. It's one of those, well, it was a good speed build, but anyway, you be the judge of that. But anyway, I'll leave a card up there. So if you fancy watching it, click on it and go and take a look and let me know what you think, obviously, in the comments below. But this particular set, and again, it's really weird. I don't know why they don't put the set numbers on there. It's odd. So sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. It's a bit of an odd one to me. But anyway, it was set number 75272. It comes with 470 pieces, like they say, and it retails here in the UK for £65. So yeah, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but like I say, folks, you haven't got to wait long. It'll go in a sale soon, that's for sure. And in the US, it was $80 as well. But a good set, and if you've got it, let me know what you think. If you've got the A-Wing, let me know what you think. And if, like I said before, if you've got the X-Wing, definitely let me know what you think. And what's your favourite figures as well? Are you a fan of the Knights of Ren? What did you think of them in the movies? That's always a bone of contention with a lot of people. But anyway, page 28, we get ourselves a puzzle here, and it's quite a cool one, actually. It's kind of like a Stormtrooper silhouette sequence standing one. I wouldn't want to say that too often, I tell you. I'm glad I got my teeth in. Lots of S's on the go there. But anyway, you pick what sequence you've got there and just line it up there to this particular silhouette. Anyway, so page 29, we've got ourselves another comic. And this one's looks like it's set on the Death Star or some giant Imperial cruiser. There is there, Hangar Bay. And we've got ourselves an Imperial landing craft, which I think it looks like quite an odd one, but I kind of like it as well. Again, another set I never have bought, and it's the new trooper, and it says his first day on the job, so he's a newbie. So anyways, they go down to a planet, and they're like, yeah, we're all fast runners. And he's like, why are you all fast runners? And they kind of insinuate, yeah, well, you'll find out why. So anyway, so they get overrun by rebels, and they all kind of run for it. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay here and hold my ground, and we'll fight those rebel scum. And then they all come out, and he's completely outnumbered. And he's like, yep, see you later, guys. I'll leave my stud shooter here, because God, do I not like those stud shooters. Honestly, give me a normal blaster any day, please. So anyway, so he gets back to the ship, they fly off, and he's like, yeah, now I understand why you guys are the fastest runners in the galaxy, because you're always running from rebels. And there we go, end of story. So quite a quick one, really. Again, nice artwork though, I'm liking it. All kind of pops, it all pings, and Stormtroopers aren't the easiest figures to draw in the world, but they do a really nice job of it. So, page 32, we're nearly there now, and a couple more pages to go. The Imperial Stormtroopers. So this looks like some sort of profile that we've got on the go here, just telling you a little bit about the Stormtrooper, which is kind of cool, isn't it? There's some things about this that you may not know. And then down here, of course, we've got ourselves some other types of troopers as well. Liking that, the Scout Trooper. Now, one of those came with a set that I recently reviewed. Actually, I say reviewed, I did a review of it, I did a speed build of it, and I did a live stream of it. So I pretty much covered every single base there. And that was, of course, the absolute brilliant Razor Crest. And let me know if you actually built that Razor Crest yet, because I honestly, I really enjoyed it on so many levels. But anyway, you get a pretty cool Scout Trooper with that. And this tells you a little bit about them, actually. And it's comparing the Stormtrooper, which is, your kind of everyday vanilla kind of trooper. You've got your Scout Trooper, then you've got your Snow Trooper. They're kind of all geared up to harsher weathers, especially with Hoth, synonymous with Hoth. And you've got these cool dudes down here, the Sand Troopers, which are effectively Stormtroopers, but I think they've got some kind of cooling apparatus in their armor. But anyway, they're pretty cool. Over here, Destroy with the Sith. Now we'll get ourselves Kylo Ren's command shuttle, or at least the recolored in version of it. That's just an advert for it. Look, there we go. There's another one of those Knights of Ren there. He's a pretty cool one. And then we've got ourselves the Sith Trooper as well, or Final Order Trooper. And then randomly, we'll get ourselves a Trooper there as well. Looking pretty cool. I'm liking that. I like the differences there between the kind of red coloured ones and the white coloured ones as well. Pretty cool. I'm liking that. Anyway, page 34. Penultimate pages here we're on. And a little bit of information about next month's one. So next month's one doesn't come with a minifigure. That's a bit of a bummer. But instead comes with this Resistance X-Wing. So there we go. That's Poe's X-Wing there. There we go. But in a micro build form. Yeah, okay, that looks okay. Nothing to get too excited about. But let me know if you actually collect those. And if you want me to buy it and review it, again, let me know in the comments below as well. Looks like we've got Yoda on the front of it as well. Got all sorts of things going on. There's the details of the solutions to all the questions, but I'll hide them for you. And then at the back here, Star Wars actions, and we got ourselves some sort of cut out pieces, sort of cut out and keep, and they're quite good actually. If you've got the figures, or you've got some Star Wars figures or anything like that, or you want to swoosh around a small craft or something like that. You know what? These are a little bit of fun to have with those as well. What's on the back one? Of course, it's written in the stars, isn't it? It was going to be a kind of nod to next month's micro build that comes with the magazine. But anyway, it does look quite good, I've got to say. Do you know what? The original Resistance X-Wing was a very predominantly blue one, and then there's the kind of cool black one. And this one's got quite a few bits of blue in it as well. I do like it. It's kind of okay, but it's just like, do I want another X-Wing? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm sure there's loads of you out there, loads and lots of you out there that actually collect all the different X-Wings. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and get it at some point. But anyway, that is the magazine. I think it's now time to storm these foil bags and see what's inside them, shall we? Let's go. So, first impressions, I've got to say, I think they look pretty good. But I think first of all, though, we'll take a look at the Stormtrooper. Now, since I pulled this Stormtrooper out of his foil pack, I had a big grin on my face, and that's simply because it didn't come with a stud shooter. Instead, it come with a nice, traditional, Star Wars looking blaster. And I think it looks absolutely brilliant, I really do. I can't stand those stud shooters. I just think they look big, comical, clumsy, and I don't know, I prefer a more authentic looking blaster. So anyway, so that's the blaster that we got with him. I was pretty pleased with that. So I always thought that was a pretty good start for this review. So anyway, round to the Stormtrooper itself. Well, I mean, I'm not really going to say much more than what's already been said about him. I think the new iteration of the Stormtrooper, and this has been around for, a good year now anyway, and I think it's cool. I mean, I do overall think it's really, really good. But there is, of course, the contentious part about the helmet, which kind of has its massive pros and its massive cons as well. So the main thing being, he can't move his head. So, I don't know, if Lord Vader gave him some sort of order and he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't even be able to say no. But then frankly, would you say no anyway to Lord Vader? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, let's take the helmet off then, shall we? Underneath it, we've got the classic angry clone, but of course they're all being phased out now. And then on the bottom of the helmet, of course, you can see in there, you've got the dual molded pieces there, which if I pop back on his head, you kind of makes it nice and obvious. And the fact that you get all those clean cut looks with the visors and everything around there like that as well, with the black sections there on the back with the printed grey piece as well. Round at the front, of course, you've got that kind of new piece as well. It kind of drops down below his chin, that kind of stops him from moving. But I have to say, I don't know, this angle, I gotta be honest, it does look more authentic. It really does. You've got that nice printing going on just below the eyes there, around the sort of cheekbone areas, and then just below that, kind of along where the kind of cheekbones would be, just below that, you've got all those kind of vent lines in there as well. And there's loads, it's like double the lines that used to be on the old versions there. But I'd be interested to know actually, while we're talking about massing up and having Stormtroopers, if you'd collected quite a few back in 2018, or at least up to sort of end of 2018, and then you had this new iteration come out. I mean, how did that affect how you was massing up? Did you then put the old ones to the back of the army or the squads or something like that? Tell me in the comments below how you actually got around that. So anyway, back to this guy. So he's got a nice printing on the front of the torso. He's got the armor looks pretty cool. There's nothing, the only disappointment for me is you've got the utility belt going on there, but there's no printing going on the hip. and that area is just black, which it kind of looks okay, I suppose, but I don't know, I think the next iteration could have maybe a little bit more printing going on there. And it's not like they only make 1 or 2 of these, they make hundreds and thousands of these throughout the year as well. Now on the back of the printing of the torso, yeah, it looks absolutely fine, it really does. You've got the kind of thicker black lines, you've got quite a lot of grey going on in that area as well, just to kind of give it some shadowing and give it some depth, and yeah, I think that looks absolutely fine. Again, still nothing going on the hip area, that's just kind of like a black plastic piece, and certainly no printing going on the back of the legs, no printing going on the side of the legs, on the side of the torso, or on the side of the arms, but that's to be expected. You know, it's kind of just a very standard Stormtrooper. Then on the front, you've got these legs, of course, and you've got this kind of unsymmetrical looking armor going on there. And I've never really understood why that is the case. So maybe again, let me know in the comments below why they have kind of different armory points on the legs. But one thing's for sure, I'm really glad to have another Stormtrooper in my Star Wars collection. So we'll pop him over there just for a mo. So then we've got the Star Destroyer itself. Okay. I've got to say, 38 pieces, yeah, that looks like a Star Destroyer, all right. So, like I was saying just before, it really is the shape of a wedge. I mean, the Star Destroyer is a giant wedge in space. And the cool thing with this particular set is that it was actually made up using 9 different wedges as well, which is pretty good. Got a couple there, got a couple on the top there, got 2 there, and you've got these 2 smaller ones here at the back, which I think are kind of good looking as well, because normally speaking, you'd kind of fit them straight like that. But because they're connected to a couple of clips, you get this kind of sloped effect as well when you pull them down like that, which I think looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think that's all right. You've got this slope brick here, which I think looks quite kind of smart. And then you've got this 1x3 plate on top of these 2 studs. And that kind of makes up the command bridge area and the 2 domed generators as well. And then whilst we're around the back as well, you've got these 3 trans blue studs kind of making up those kind of famous ion engines as well. But I've got to say though, for just, you know, something that's just made up of just 38 pieces, we've definitely got ourselves a classic Imperial Galactic Star Destroyer. Overall then, what did I think of this month's LEGO Star Wars magazine? Well, for the price of £6, I actually thought it was okay value. The magazine comes with a really nice comic of Luke and Leia on one of my favourite planets actually, of Tatooine. And we get ourselves a couple of cool posters as well. We'll probably Vader here being my favourite of the 2. We've got ourselves 2 foil packs, which is probably why it was a little bit more pricier than normal. And to be honest, the 2 foil packs, well, they couldn't be more Imperial if they tried. We've got ourselves this classic Star Destroyer here, which I've got to say, I think it looks really good. It comes with 38 pieces, and those elements are always going to be useful for your Lego collection as well. And something that's always going to be good for your Lego collection, the Stormtrooper here. You can't have too many Stormtroopers, let's face it. I'd be interested to know actually in the comments below if anyone out there has ever massed up a whole bunch of Stormtroopers, and if you have, then please let me know how many you did it with. But anyway, that aside, if you do manage to catch this down at your local newsagents, grab them while you can. So there you have it then, my look at the most recent official LEGO Star Wars magazine. I hope you enjoyed this quick look inside on what it has to offer in terms of content and builds. Please do let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are on these magazines. Do you like their overall content with the games, puzzles, craft elements, and do those foil packs spark your interest? Don't forget, for up-to-date news on London Bridge Bricks, please do follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to London Bridge Bricks, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. Thank you as always for tuning in. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.